Every day I am getting one step closer to having another healthy baby, and Caraway Home is helping me do that. Their ceramic, naturally slick surface cookware allows you to cook with minimal butter. They're very easy to clean, just a little warm water, you wipe it down. And the best part is that Caraway products are made without any toxic materials like BFASs, BTFEs, and a bunch of other things like I can't even pronounce. So you don't have to worry about that. Right now, visit carawayhome.com/TSFS to take advantage of this limited time offer for 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive to my Sarah Fraser Show listeners. So visit carawayhome.com/TSFS or use code TSFS at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern. It's time for you to see what all the fuss is about, read about their 5-star reviews, and why so many TSFS fans buy Caraway Home. Order now. I just had a fabulous listener email me, and she said, Sarah, does Nutrafol work for men too? You better believe it. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement for men and women, with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding. Hello, me included. Nutrafol changed my life post-baby and postpartum hair. Amazing. Also, a lot of women going through menopause say that Nutrafol works for them as well. And like I mentioned, it works for the fellas. Take the first step right now to visibly thicker, healthier hair for a limited time. Nutrafol is offering my TSFS listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and you enter the promo code TSFS. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and hair care stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code TSFS. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code TSFS.
Does Monday at the office feel like a storm? Not with Microsoft Copilot. That feeling when Copilot gets everyone up to speed instantly? It's sunny again. When Copilot simplifies complex data so your teams can act, that sun's shining on a beach. And when Copilot uncovers hidden insights, you're on that beach with your people, and you find buried treasure. That's Microsoft Copilot. Learn more at Microsoft.com/AI for all.
For a treat today, Peter Madigrill from Vanderpump Rules is here. Peter has been the longtime manager of Sir Restaurant, of course, very famous here in Los Angeles, made famous because LVP herself, Lisa Vanderpump and Ken, own the restaurant that you've seen for years on Vanderpump Rules and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We have a lot to get to. This cheating scandal has rocked everyone's world between Tom Sandoval and Raquel, and of course Ariana. It's even made the New York Times. It's bananas. And why it's bananas is because it's a very incestuous friend group, which is very rare, and it's actually real. I think you guys know I'm a reality TV expert, and a lot of times so much of this stuff is so staged now. And what's happening and why it's captivated so many people is because what's happening with Vanderpump Rules is real, and it's rare that a friend group just fucks only people in their friend group. It's like these people don't realize in Los Angeles there's like 11 million other people. Anyway, Peter gives a very revealing interview. Here's everything. Actually, he was dating. He'd gone out on a couple of dates with Raquel. So what does he think about Raquel's character? Did he see anything fishy going on between Raquel and Tom Sandoval prior to the affair? He reveals that and so much more. Here's Peter.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for having me on today.
Peter, you look so good, honey. Controversy looks hot on you.
Does it really?
Yes.
I wasn't sure if I should, go all in because, I'm like, here's the thing. How do I put this? I'm usually very like I said in a previous podcast, I'm very even keel. But then again, nobody insults me directly. You know what I mean? If you do, then the lion comes out, as they say. You know.
I mean, to that note, are you shocked? I just want to start there. Are you shocked with all of this?
I'm shocked with Sandoval. I thought I knew Sandoval, but I'm shocked by that. That's what I'm shocked most by. I don't really with as far as Raquel goes, I don't really know her. You know what I mean? I know pretty much everybody from the show, but my experience with Raquel was more she was James's girlfriend, and then she became his fiance. Like they got engaged, and then she broke it off. And I didn't really know her apart from being James's James's girlfriend. And then so when we went on those dates, I still didn't really get to really know her. No, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, okay, the one I'm shocked by is Sandoval, you know, in this whole thing. But as far as like, you know, I go back to that comment, the starter pony. Yeah, no, the starter pony's gonna. The starter pony's speaking up. I don't mind owning it now. I'm taking that. That's mine at this point. Oh yeah, I'll be your Huckleberry, baby.
Just own it, right?
Yeah, I don't like. It's just like Dana a couple of years ago. She's like, I would have remembered making out with a pirate. Little do they know, I go to Gasparilla every year in Tampa Bay.
Oh my God.
Which is like the pirate festival. It's like Mardi Gras, but you dress like a pirate. I do that every end of January, and I've been doing it for a long time. And people are always like surprised, like, wait, you actually go to they call it a pirate convention? I'm all like, yeah.
Why are you so shocked? I mean, look, we had, you know, Jax cheated on Stassi with Kristen, who was, you know, dating Tom, and that's his best friend. And Kristen was best friends with, you know, there's been so much cheating and incest, for lack of a better word, in this group. Like, what shocks you about this with Tom in particular?
Oh, well, him and Ariana were so like, you know, they were so, you know, they were living together. You know what I mean? They were literally like, I mean, how long does it take to be a common law marriage, you know? So that's why it was the most shocking to me, you know, for like I've said previously, I've never cheated on anybody. You know, I have a sneaky suspicion of being cheated on. That's another story for another time. But I've never cheated on anybody. A case in point, when I had my girlfriend Sarah back in season 4, we were all in Vegas for my birthday, and I had these girls that just were like, they were all over me. I was like, no, I'm good. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Peter, you know, people are going through all the signs now that this is out, you know, the matching lightning bolt necklaces, Raquel looking awfully comfortable with Tom at Coachella, even though there's the Schwartzy rumor. You know,
Schwartz wasn't at Coachella.
Right. That's what she says, right? And that's been confirmed, right? So Schwartz was not there.
Schwartz was not there.
So there's just been these pictures of Tom and Raquel come out, you know, here and there. People are reading into all the signs. Did you see any signs? Did you put any of these together before?
I kind of here it goes back to Sandoval. I kind of dismissed it. I saw some things and I was all like, yeah, but Sandoval. Sandoval is loyal to Ariana. He would never do something like that. You see what I mean? So in the back of my, like, you know, like you see something and you're like, I'm not going to get into details about what I saw, but it's like, yeah, but he would never do that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's kind of a shocker.
Okay, but when you say, like, I mean, signs like between he and Raquel, or just behaviors that Sandoval...
him and Raquel.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Raquel. You know what I mean? It's like, that's weird, but, you know, he would never do something. And it's like, no, people surprise you, I guess.
Isn't that
like
weird?
what? Like just flirty or just like a glance?
Just, you know, being around each other with no Ariana around. How's that?
Yeah.
You know?
You know, if you read all the time,
I don't know.
Yes.
That makes sense. If you read the timeline of this, apparently, you know, it's been going on 7-8 months. It started like July 2022.
Which makes me wonder, when I went on my date with her, or dates, because like we had a couple of dates before filming started, which makes me wonder, like, wait, how long has this been going on? And what was I just used as a ploy, or like a what do you call it, a distraction? You know,
I mean, was that at the same time, like when you were going on these?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it, you know, and I don't care to look into it. You know what I mean? I've already been insulted by this, you know, so I'm just kind of like, okay, you know, I have nothing left to say to this person, you know.
To Sandoval.
Yeah, Sandoval and Raquel, actually, for that matter. Yeah, I'm good. You know. If I was used as a ploy, that makes me even more angry. that's not cool.
Did that ever cross your mind though prior to this news dropping? Like, did you ever think? Okay,
Yes,
so you kind of had a feeling what? When did producers say to you, like, they want you to go on a date with Raquel, or you feel like this was for the show? Like, how did that?
Oh, no. We were already, like I said, we had already gone on a few dates and we were going to go on another one.
Okay.
You know, we were already like, you know, like we made out at that night on the first night of James was all, I remember James talking about it at BravoCon, I think it was. He's like, oh yeah, you made out with Peter on my first night DJing, you know. And, you know, like, you know, we went, I took her back to her place and I took care of her, consolidating her.
Consolidating her. Oh boy. Did he say consolidating her? Is that what he said?
Yeah, consolidating her. You don't know what I'm talking about?
Well, consoling, right? Like he's like consoling.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
So episode 2 of this past season, she comes up to me and she's all like, she dumps me like, I can get into that. She dumps me and then she's all like, thank you so much for being there, consolidating me. And I turn to her and I'm like, consoling you.
Okay. All right. Now I remember the reference. Okay.
So now I'm just like, okay, well, I was consolidating her the entire time, you know. And I'm going to keep on using all these references, man. I'm just like,
you're owning them now. You're like,
give them to me, baby. I will use them all day.
Did you really like Raquel though? I mean, like we did see it on the show.
Yeah, I did. I did like her, you know, but it was just, I don't know why it was, you know, I started feeling like a separation toward there after a while. Like it was like, it got weird, you know what I mean? And so like, I think in the back of my mind, there was something else going on, which is now confirmed, you know, pretty much. I mean, 7 months, it's like, how many months ago was that it started? 7-8 months ago, that's July. So yeah, she was already picking her next target, or they were, or Tom was already like texting her or something. I don't know, but there was something going on.
What do you think about? What do you think? Do you think Schwartz is covering for Tom, for Sandoval? Do you? Because there's all right. Obviously, we know that, you know, Schwartz was not at Coachella, but then there's, you know, rumors that they kissed. You know, and a lot of people feel like maybe Schwartz, you know, kind of took one for the team to distract from this. I mean, what do you think Schwartz knew?
Maybe nothing, maybe everything. I don't know. I haven't asked him that question. I might have to. That's something that would just be conjecture for me. So I have no idea.
I mean, they're such good friends. You would
I know they're like brothers, you know, but I mean, if you're doing something that messed up, would you tell your best friend or your brother? You know, I don't know. It's actually at this point, it's conjecture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So yeah, I don't know. That's something I would have to ask him personally.
What about, you know, you said like you're done with Tom and you're done with Raquel. So like, I mean, does Raquel, I mean, you work at SUR, you were her boss. Like, does she work there at all now anymore?
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while. So, I mean, like at this point, yeah, I wouldn't know how I would deal with managing her at this point. I mean, I'd still be professional, but I don't know. Yeah.
So you're not about to go and reach out to them or anything?
No, I'm good.
So you have not spoken to Raquel since all this has gone down, or it sounds like you haven't.
She and I have not. We have not spoken since, like, you know, since way last year. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't spoken in it's been a long time. You know, I have no. Once Lisa came and told me, oh, you can't be seeing the staff. Which, by the way, I've never slept with the staff. I've never slept with the staff since I became management. Never did. Nope. And so I was kind of a little bit, I didn't really like that reference when it was said, because like I said, don't sleep with once I became management in 2010, haven't slept with the staff since. You know, me dating Katie and Stassi back in the day, well, we were all servers. Once I became, once they moved me up in the ranks, as you would say, that was it for me. And so, what was I getting at right now?
When Lisa said, like, don't sleep with the
Yes,
staff.
there we go. So once that happened, I was all like, well, Raquel wasn't working there at the time when I asked her out, and then she wanted to be she got reinstated, and I was all like, I knew that it would be a little bit awkward. That's why the scene with her and I talking at SIR is when we used to when that type of stuff, it was outside of SIR. So once you're like in a powerful position asking out an employee, it's kind of like it does get awkward. It's a little less awkward when you're outside of the confines of work, as they say. But yeah, I did not appreciate that comment, because that kind of goes against my integrity, and that's something that I don't tolerate. So that's something I didn't appreciate that very much. However, yeah, no, once Lisa told me you got to stop, I was like, yeah, okay, cool, sounds good. I didn't even fight. If you notice in the episode, I didn't fight for Raquel, and even she was all like, I thought he was way more into me than that, and I was. But my boss told me stop, and I was like, okay, all right, I'm done.
Take your
Then she comes and makes fun of me
seriously.
for getting dumped, and I was all like, wait a second, hold on. There's like a scene missing there, because you're the one that told me I couldn't do it. You told me I couldn't do it, then all of a sudden you come and make fun of me for that. I mean, come on. No.
Yeah.
A scene missing in reality TV. Oh no, we've never heard of that.
It's almost like there's something missing there.
What about, like Lisa was just on Watch What Happens, and I mean, she did kind of imply this. A lot of people are saying, like, all right, look, two people cheat. It's not great, right? It's not great the way it went down, but like, there are people out there saying, like, so what? Like, people cheat every day and they break up, and where are you with how this all went down? And I mean, sounds like you're upset.
Yeah, no, I'm more upset with Sandoval than anything. But then again, of course, like, getting made fun of on TV, I don't tolerate that shit. It's like, yeah, well, who the hell are you to call me a starter pony? Like, okay, all right, cool, awesome. Well, you're a homewrecker. but yeah, no, honestly, I'm very disappointed in Sandoval, of all people. You know what I mean? That's the one I'm most disappointed with.
Peter, why do you think no one is defending Raquel? You said you haven't spoken to her in a long time. You went out on these couple of dates. You were into her. It sounds like you're very passionate. You did kind of like her. But I mean, it's interesting. Not one person has come out and said, look, she's a good person. She made a mistake. Like, lay off. I mean, Lisa's the only person on Watch What Happens Live that sort of said.
Like, here's the thing. Like, I probably would have defended her more. I probably would have, a lot of my interviews that I had scheduled were pre this discovery. You know what I mean? And I probably would have defended her more had she not come and like been like, oh yeah, he's a starter pony, just kind of dismissing me. It's like, yeah, well, why would I have to defend someone like that? You know what I mean? That's not cool. Like, well, okay. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I probably would have defended her more. Like, I don't know. I think that a lot of stuff for me, just I have to if it involves me, I have to address it personally.
Do you think Raquel is calculated, or do you think she is a good person?
I thought she was a good person, but then again, I hardly knew her. I only knew her as James's girlfriend, and then we went on a couple of dates, and I didn't really know her yet. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden this happens. Like I said, I'm very disappointed with Tom Sandoval. That's the one that's like, yeah, he, everything between me, as far as Raquel goes, that all stems from like, yeah, name calling. It's like, I'm not I don't tolerate that we're not in high school. You don't have to, you can be like, oh yeah, he was a good guy, but I just wasn't into it. No, start a point. You know what I mean?
What about Ariana? Have you talked to her? I mean, obviously, people are saying she's just completely devastated. Have you texted her, talked to her?
I haven't yet, but I'll have to reach out soon. It's just been a little bit of a whirlwind lately, especially like at SIR. I've literally been working nonstop over there. Saturday night was a crazy busy evening. For instance, I was the only manager on deck. I was down 2 servers and a bartender. and we had like 400 people. Yeah. So
Huge
that was
night.
my night.
Yeah.
It was
Oh.
insane. Yeah. One of my servers had like 29 tables throughout the entire night. Yeah. So yeah, to say that I've been busy is an understatement. I've been very busy working and, working on my own stuff. So
What is that like at SUR? Like, listen, I split my time between New York and LA. Sarah's in LA. We're in SUR, often, but people would come regardless. But I mean, has that now been a thing? Are people now like, hey, Peter, come here. I got some questions about Tom and Ariana. Like, is that a thing now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing. And I don't answer. I'm not answering any questions. No comments. No comments. I'll give my comments to people like you.
I could just see you guys being bombarded with actual people and like the servers are being asked. I would imagine like everyone's being asked that actually is at their real day job or night job at SUR.
Yeah, it's I don't know if anybody else is bombarded. I know I've gotten bombarded a little bit, but like I said, it's like no comment. You're gonna have to listen to Sarah and David's podcast to get any answers.
Well, we love you,
Sorry.
Peter. Peter, was the Raquel masturbation video shocking for you? Like, I mean, that's kind of.
I haven't seen it. I don't know. I'm staying away from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what a way to find out, right? I mean, I've been cheated on. I've cheated on people. I mean, I hate to admit it, but I have. And that's like a pretty explosive way to find out. Usually, there's text messages. You always have a gut feeling the person might confess.
Yeah.
I mean, a masturbation video that Ariana happens to find on his phone when he drops his phone.
Well, I mean, like if they have the same plan, then she has access to his iCloud. You know what I mean? And then once that would be shocking to anybody. To me, I'd be like, if I had a friend and then I find out on his phone that, like, let's say I was seeing somebody and she sent a video like that would be devastating. So I understand if Ariana's devastated right now, because that is very shocking. I thought that I don't know. Like I said, I'm a little bit less. I'm very disappointed in Sandoval for that. Because at least, like, if you're having problems in your relationship, the best thing to do is break it off and then move on, because then either way, someone's getting hurt, but it's better to just like break it off than to, okay, I'm going to go cheat on this person, but I'm going to have my cake and eat it too. That's the what is that? That's the standard saying. I have your cake and eat it too. Right. Yeah. I've never understood it, but I just say it.
God, yeah. It means that you want it all to yourself, and just pretty much what Tom did. I mean, are you shocked at like the cast reaction? Like Lala, says she's a mama bear. You better watch out. Lala just said today, I think a few minutes ago, like she doesn't even think she should be around Ariana at this point just because she's so outraged. Like she's almost more outraged than Ariana is. I mean, Lala seems to be taking this pretty protectively, I guess.
Well, Lala's gone through some stuff recently. That whole Randall situation. I mean, that like, I'm not going to get started with that guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not surprised with people coming together for Ariana. That's like I said, like me, that's who should be the concern right now for everybody, because like it's so devastating that she's the one that everyone needs to look out for. You know what I mean?
How about getting up to 5 hours of your life back when you sign up for Hungry Root meal prep and delivery service? I'm obsessed. I've tried a lot of meal prep boxes. This is one of my favorites. In fact, I actually emailed the client to see if I can get like a year's supply. They're like, Sarah, use your own damn code. Anyway, right now, I want you to go to hungryroot.com/TSFS because you are getting 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. The average Hungry Root customer saves 5 hours a week. That was us. On top of that, you can pick from vegetarian, keto, meat, anything that you like. Right now, Hungry Root is offering TSFS listeners 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. As I mentioned, just go to hungryroot.com/TSFS to get 40% off your first delivery and get those free veggies. That's hungryroot.com/TSFS. Also, don't forget to use my link so Hungry Root knows who sent you. Yeah. Don't you love discovering new games for your phone that are a bit of a mind teaser, a little bit of a mystery, and aren't filled with annoying ads? Boom, I got it for you. Seeker's Notes. Guys, Seeker's Notes is a game already played by 40 million fans. And the best part about this game, it isn't one of those games just for killing time. It's a perfect stress reliever, too. The game is great with community and social interactions. Every puzzle is a workout for your brain, baby. Also, the best part, like I mentioned, totally no annoying ads. It's no Wi-Fi needed, and it's free. Now, it has a variety of virtual collectibles as well. Beyond the captivating visuals and immersive atmosphere, Seeker's Note offers a treasure trove of virtual collectibles. These are not mere items. They are relics and add depth and meaning to your journey. What are you waiting for? Get playing today. Get a little stress reliever. Oh, nothing is better than a fun game on your phone. Download Seeker's Notes now. I call him the no-Zempic, been on Ozempic doctor. I'm talking about Dr. Applin and his wife who founded My Optimal Body. I'm so happy about this. These are the first mindful eating-based doctors I have ever partnered with. They see patients nationwide, and they are seeing more patients who have been on Ozempic, and Ozempic has failed for them. What makes My Optimal Body so unique, and why am I endorsing them? It's because Dr. Applin actually looks at food additives, your addiction to food, your mental health. They do a whole look at you, including your gut health. Many of Dr. Applin's patients are working out, restricting their diets, and still gaining weight. Why is that? Because something's going on in your body and with your mind. Visit myoptimalbody.com to request an appointment. Be sure to tell them the Sarah Fraser Show sent you so you can qualify for a free personalized assessment, plus a bonus free 30-day supply of their gut repair product when you sign up for a customized plan. Again, that's myoptimalbody.com to request an appointment. What about James? James has also been like, all out there about what scumbags, Sandoval and Raquel are. It's not like James is that close to Ariana. I mean, why do you think James is
maybe
jumping?
James knew something about Raquel and he didn't tell me. I'm kidding. Maybe he knew something he didn't tell me. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not, like it's for James, I think it's more like, yeah, he was, she called off the engagement. It's like, well, now he's finding out what type of person she is. That's the way I view it,
Yeah, because their timeline didn't overlap, James with
No.
Raquel, so it's interesting. He's very passionate about it too, it seems.
Well, yeah, because that's his ex. So, I mean, I guess I'd be passionate about it too.
What about, this whole thing with Sheena? There's the restraining order Raquel got. She says that she was there after Watch What Happens when, Sheena asked what happened and she admitted it to her. And apparently Sheena, rumor is, punched her and shoved her up against a wall. And we see black eye pictures.
Yeah, that's the rumor. Now people are trying to say that didn't happen, that Sheena didn't punch Raquel, that Raquel had that black eye before Watch What Happens Live. I saw that today. I'm like, well, why would she have a black eye before Watch What Happens Live? That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't jive. That doesn't make sense. All of a sudden she turns out with a black eye. If that's the case, then who the hell punched her?
Well, and I mean, look, this is online, right? But people online are saying Raquel's always had dark circles under her eyes, and could she be faking it?
Maybe jumped on the bandwagon that of the rumor.
Yeah.
Jumped on the rumor bandwagon where it's like, oh yeah, I got, okay, cool. I'm going to show some pictures. And I'll put a little, yeah. I don't know. Like at this point, it's all conjecture. We don't know.
Or, I mean, the rumor is, she needs sympathy. Now she's one of the most hated women in reality TV, and this is sympathy. I was punched. Look at me. I mean, there's that whole school of thought.
Yeah. Like I said, conjecture.
Well, in your opinion, because I know you don't know Raquel that well, what about you do know Tom well, you do know Sheena well, you've been in this group since the beginning. The one constant on Vanderpump Rules, you are Peter.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom
Read the
has been there.
stories, but I don't believe them.
You and the two Toms. I mean, I think, everyone else is gone. I mean, do you believe this thing about Sheena? I mean, like, is Sheena capable of this? Do you think Sheena actually did this?
Uh, yeah, it was surprising to me. I mean, like, I don't think that Sheena would punch her. I don't know. Like, if that happened, I mean, that would be like, whoa, you know what I mean? That's surprising. That happened. But then again, it wouldn't surprise me if she did, because Ariana is her best friend, and they've been together. They've been BFFs for over a decade now, and sure, they've had their disagreements, but yeah, they've been together for a long, long time. So that's her girl, and if you decide to do something like that, and like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. I would not, because Sheena's defending Ariana, and that's her best friend. That's it.
You talked about red flags, potentially that you kind of felt and saw between Sandoval and Raquel. One of the other rumors is that Raquel stayed over at Sandoval and Ariana's house, and Ariana caught him at 4 a.m. basically coming out of her room, and he said, oh, she wasn't feeling well. I was giving her water. I mean, had you ever heard that before that came out?
What?
Are you just hearing it now?
What?
Are you hearing
I'm
it
telling
now?
you right now, like, I've been in my own little bubble. I've been working on my own stuff. I've been working at SUR. I did I've heard some rumors. This one's new. Now, I heard this one's new to me anyway. I heard that, like, apparently they hooked up while Ariana slept upstairs. I heard that. Like, that's like, that's something I heard. But him coming out of her room at 4 a.m. and getting caught by Ariana.
And he said, oh, she needed water, or
Yeah, she wasn't feeling well.
Listen, Peter, just come behind the velvet rope and we'll fill you in on all that's going on down the street.
Peter's like, what?
What?
Well, Peter, I live here in LA.
She wasn't feeling well, so I'm going to go give her some water. You don't think that's fishy? I mean, like, Ariana, if I was in Ariana's shoes, I'd been like, wait, no, that doesn't sound right. That's like, no. No way.
Do you, because like you say, like, you're shocked at Sandoval, like, you guys have known each other forever. Like, do you want a friendship with him? Like, where do you want to repair this? Or you just...
Yeah, if you do this to some other person, like someone, like, it's just like, that's not trustworthy at all. Like I said, I thought I knew him. Guess I didn't.
So you're good with no friendship?
Yeah, I'm good.
What did you used to like about Sandoval? Because you do kind of, obviously, this is very personal for everybody on the cast. What was it about Tom you liked?
Oh, well, I liked his outgoing nature. That's one thing that I really appreciated about Tom. He likes on some of the seasons, he'd help me, like, oh, Peter, you should wear this, or this would be cool if you wore this, stuff like that. So I really respected that about it. That's what I really liked about him. And then, we'd all go drinking at his place after work, after SUR. A bunch of SUR people would go to Kings Road, right down the road, and spend literally, like, drink there till all hours in the morning. So I have some really fond memories of all that. But yeah, no, I liked his expressive nature. Very different from me. I'm very plain. That's what I appreciated about him.
What did you think of Tom's? Oh, go ahead, David.
No, you go ahead.
Well, I was just going to ask you, what you thought about his statements. You had many fun nights with him. The first statement he put out didn't mention Ariana. He got crucified. Then he did a second one. Did you think they were sincere? I know you've been super busy.
Like, what did he say about Ariana? Like, has he even apologized to her yet?
In the second one, he did. The first one, he got a lot of criticism because it just mentioned how he was going to work on himself, but it said nothing against her, nothing towards her. And then the second one was all like, I'm deeply sorry.
That should have been the first thought, would have been her. You know what I mean? Not me. Had I been, like, I wouldn't be in that position, but if I was in his shoes, it'd been like, the first thought is Ariana. That's the number one. After that, I'm going to work on myself. Maybe I don't know, like whatever I'm going through at this point in time.
It seems like there's just a lot of, PR people involved, and, Raquel in 1 minute is the victim.
A lot of conflicting messages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of different PR trying to scrub the situation, as they say. I don't know. I think that there's a lot of PR, a lot of people trying to how do you say it? Trying to like, okay, how do we present this? Okay, let's put this out. No, put this out. No, and once you get too many cooks in the kitchen, as they say, the meal comes out convoluted. It's like I'm going to make a filet mignon. Well, let's put some syrup on it. Well, that's not going to work, but it's already cooked and it's already out there and the customer's already eating it. It tastes disgusting.
That's how it seems to me. It's almost like we made this statement. Okay, well, that didn't work. We're still here a day later. Now we're going to make another statement. You're like, these statements make no sense, and they're clearly not written by Tom or Raquel or anyone. It's just
the best thing is to write your own statement.
Yes.
The best thing is to write your own statement and then run it by your representation, and then they can change a little wording here and there. That way, it's from the heart and it's sincere.
Do you have, I know Tom doesn't work there, but is it like we all know how it works in West Hollywood, but like have the paparazzi swarmed upon Sir again? Like the old days, it's not like that now.
No, it hasn't. No one's swarmed on Sir except for customers asking questions and seeking answers.
I love it. They're loading up. I love it. What'd you think of LVP on Watch What Happens Live? She basically said people cheat all the time and kind of give them a break.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Gotcha.
I was managing her restaurant last night.
You were like, at least I was working for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys had to have a meeting, like you're the manager or Lisa being involved, where you've had to say to staff, like, here's what's happened, this is how we're going to handle it, don't answer the customers?
Well, the staff, here's the thing. I'd say about 80% of the staff has been there for the entire decade that Vanderpump Rules has been on, since 2011. Wow. And
10 years, right?
Someone's playing music in my building.
Wow. So, like it's not me.
Yeah. The staff has all been there since the beginning of this show. And so at this point, they know the drill.
Right. Why, listen, it's one thing for us to be talking about this with you, people to be in Sir asking, but why do you think this story is so big? Like, this made the New York Times, literally. It literally was in the New York Times. Yeah. And it's page 6. It's every other story now. I think that out of the last 100 stories, this has been 99 of them. Why is this so big with all that's happened in Vanderpump Rules? For 10 years, there has been a lot of scandal. And why is this, like you said, Randall, let's not even touch that because that's a whole nother thing. Why is this so big?
I think it's because of directly because of the scandal, because it was a relationship that was around for about 8-9 years, living together. Like I said, common law marriage. Once you get to, I don't know how many years it would be.
I think it's 7. I think
7. Yeah. So it is a common law marriage. I think that's one of the big reasons why, you know what I mean? Because it's so devastating to the other person, it's so devastating to Ariana that people automatically put themselves in those shoes, like, oh, how would I feel if that happened to me? Like I said, I think I've never cheated, but I think I've been cheated on. I have a sneaky suspicion, but that's neither here nor there. That was years ago, actually, at this point.
Yeah, it sucks. I've been on both sides. Like it's shitty. You should just tell the person, but yeah. Alcohol comes into play and all kinds of other excuses. Yeah,
I'm gonna I'll take a couple shots and then I've broken up before. I've been broken up with before. I've been ghosted before. It's just living life.
Yeah,
it's just part of it, I guess.
Peter, what do you think it is about Sandoval? I know you've been busy, so I don't know if you've heard this, but there is reports that Ariana and Tom actually filmed a scene together after all this came out. She felt like Tom really gassed.
Oh, they did? I thought you just filmed with Raquel, so they filmed the scene together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Oof.
Basically him explaining how we got here, right? Basically breaking up, I guess, officially.
But I mean, like, if I found this out that my significant other was cheating on me, you think I'd stick around? Absolutely not. Bye bye. I'm out. See you later. So, I mean, like, basically breaking up, it's like, well, I mean, I think that's a foregone conclusion at this point. You know?
Well, I think that's what's so interesting about it too. It's like this is a major breakup. It's 9 years. There's a house together, but now, of course, we've picked back cameras up. I mean, Bravo hardly ever does that.
Yeah.
You know, so now it's like this is your contract, and I don't know how it all worked out. I would imagine maybe you're under contract, or hey, here's a little bonus, like here's a little extra money, let's go fill. But I mean, it was Tom explaining to Ariana why this relationship is over, which don't know how you get Ariana to film that scene, but here we are.
Here we are. I don't know how it went. I don't know what would have been said, but I'm imagining there's a lot of yelling and probably something being thrown, because I wouldn't throw anything, but I'd definitely yell, you know.
Do you think Tom is a narcissist? A lot of people feel that way. And if you do, like, was he always like that, or do you think fame changed him?
I don't know. Like, I mean, would narcissism have? I mean, like, I guess I don't know. I don't know how bad you have to be a narcissist. I mean, like, what exactly? Narcissism, I mean, I always like to make myself presentable. Is that narcissistic?
No, that's caring about how you look. Narcissists are usually gaslighters. Like a lot's been said that Ariana.
I always thought that narcissism, because I know the mythology behind narcissism, the whole term. I studied Greek mythology when I was younger. But I always thought that it was just like, oh, you care about the way you look, and that's narcissistic. And so
that's called living in Los Angeles, California.
That's called LA life, baby.
I mean, it's true.
Well, narcissists, nothing is ever their fault. Is Sandoval like that?
Oh, you know what? I have to get back to you on that one. I have to think about that. That's interesting. It's interesting that you bring that up, because I'm not sure if I've ever experienced him like never taking accountability for something. So I'm not sure. Where is this music coming from? What is happening?
It's like a narcissist / sociopath, right? Like, because Lala just came out to say he was like a sociopath. You know, Stassi even has implied this on the show. Yeah, like never taking accountability, and right, because I mean, I think that was part of it with breaking up with Ariana.
So I guess my perspective is I've never experienced him not taking accountability over something.
You mean he does? You've seen him take accountability?
No. Okay, never mind. He is a little bit narcissistic. I have a story I'm not going to tell.
You gotta tell it.
Well, why don't I know? You might as well just share it now.
So,
I mean,
okay. So some years ago, I would always help him get. He was always late for his bartending shifts, and I always help him get set up so that because he never took accountability for being like why he was late. And I was such a. It's like this year, my how do I put this? This year, my New Year's resolution was to be a little bit more selfish, because I've always been like, okay, yeah, I'll help out. I'll help this. I'll do this, you know, like for you know, like different things. I've always been there for people. I mean, case in point, look at me and Raquel, her crying on my shoulder. It's like, you know, that's automatically the way I am. You know, I'm just kind of like, oh, someone's in danger. Someone needs help. I'll help out. You know what I mean? And I've always been that way. And so this year I'm like, you know what, Peter, you got to be a little bit more selfish, because otherwise, you know, you're just going to get taken advantage of. And so back in the day when he used to bartend at Sir, he was late all the time, and I'd always like open up the bar for him. And then this one time, I think he lost some of the bank or all the bank, and I had to pay it back myself. Yeah, I got a call from Guige, and he blamed me because I'm the manager on duty. You know, this was when I was a lot younger. This was like post season 1 or right before season 2 happened, and yeah, because I think he lost half of it or all of it. And I was all like, that's weird. You know what I mean? And this, yeah, exactly. He didn't take any accountability for it. And I ended up paying it because, you know, like I'm a nice guy. And I was, you know, I took I was the manager on duty. So I took responsibility for it. It's my fault, you know?
That pissed me off because there's two things that happened. Someone took it. You weren't attending to it. Somebody took it. Or you took it.
Yeah, it was my fault. And I took full responsibility for that.
Survivor 46 is here, and so is On Fire, the only official Survivor podcast, and we have a twist this season. The winner of Survivor 45, Dee Valladares, will be joining us every week.
We're going behind the scenes of the biggest moments, the how and the why things happen, and the strategy and analysis you can only get from someone like me, a Survivor winner.
Listen to On Fire, the official Survivor podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm gonna have a shot of Tito's. What time is it?
I have a shot of Tito's. Wait, what do you mean it was your fault though? It was his money, right? He was supposed to be tending that money.
Yeah, it was the bank. You know what I mean? So every day we get like a $500 bank till for the, you know, to make change or whatever.
Sure.
And it was my fault that I didn't count it right, or, you know, like I let that go. Like I didn't pay attention. So, yeah.
Or someone took it, which is
someone did take
in my mind.
Someone took it. Yes, someone exactly. Someone did take it. And now that you bring up narcissism, I didn't even think about it until you brought it up, and because I always So the story behind narcissism is Narcissus was this beautiful man, and this nymph, she fell in love with him, and he didn't like her, and then all of a sudden he started looking at his own image reflection in the pool, and he just kind of just stayed there looking at himself. And that's where the word narcissism comes from, Narcissus. So that's why I always thought that it was all about, you just want to, but apparently it's more than just that. It's also gaslighting. It's also not taking responsibility for your actions.
They're very charming. They're very charming, and they're you don't even know you're being charmed, and they usually love bomb you. So there's a period of like, you're amazing. They can't do anything without you. You're fantastic. You're so wonderful. And then all of a sudden things change and you can't do anything right. And it's very confusing for people because they can't figure out, well, what happened to the person that I knew that, we were friends and you had my back and you did things. And now you're like blaming me, or you're never taking accountability,
Yeah.
Do you think the cast is enjoying this? They've all your cast members have come out. I mean, they've done tons of videos. They're doing interviews. They're doing their own podcasts. They're doing other people's podcasts. Do you think they're secretly happy about this?
For the show, in a sense.
I'm not happy about it. I don't know how anybody else would be happy about this. You're hurting another person. I mean, that's just fucked up. How can anybody be happy about this? I mean, I'd rather be doing this interview with you guys about just like, instead of any of this happening, just like you guys ask me, so what do you think about Raquel calling you a starter point? Well, let me tell you what, you know what I mean? That's what I wish that's what I wish these interviews were all about. But instead, now it's like dealing with someone's pain, and it's not cool. Someone that we've all been friends with for a long, long, long time.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I totally understand your question though, Sarah, in the sense that like my mind did go there too, because of like, look, everyone's, I think, very upset about Ariana, of course. And I mean, it's pain, but in the sense that, look, this show was so big for a few years, and it, last year wasn't the best year in terms of viewers and ratings.
Because I wasn't there.
Well, obviously.
Clearly.
And the year before it had like 2 off years. COVID, you weren't there. We had some newbies, no one really. So I feel like, there is this sense of like, in the media too, like, wow, guess what? Vanderpump Rules just bought itself 3-5 more years. So if you're like a James Kennedy and maybe, you're not so invested, even though he seems to be, or like a Schwartz, you're secretly like, yeah, ka-ching, ka-ching.
I don't want to be walking around with a cane managing Sir at 50 years old. Sorry.
If the show goes on, Peter, you're not going
Peter,
anywhere.
You have no choice.
Oh, dear God.
There's going to be so many more seasons after this.
Yeah, I heard rumors, but I'm not sure if I believe them.
Do you think there's a chance Raquel could be fired?
I don't know. I don't think so. But then again, like, yeah, I don't know.
Because the cast came out and said, none of us will ever film with you again. I mean, Schwartz hasn't said that. He hasn't said anything. And obviously Sandoval, but all the women, and I imagine James too, they all all of them said it. That we're not filming. Okay.
No way. I'm good.
So you won't film with Raquel?
No. I mean, if she's working, is a different story. I guess I'm going to stay as professional as possible, but no interaction. I'm good. Thank you. That's where I'm at.
So there you go. Let's add you to the list, and that's where people get to will she be fired if no one's going to film it?
All this stuff is just it's too much. I could have taken it as a joke. You know what I mean? I would have addressed it, taken it as a joke, but now because of everything else that's happened around that situation, I can't. You literally can't take it as a joke at this point. It's not. It's a little bit more than that.
Do you think if this turns out to be true about Sheena and she did, the black eye and slamming her into the wall and all this, do you think Sheena would lose her job?
What do you mean? Sheena, Sheena doesn't work at SUR anymore.
No, I mean on Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, and Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah. That's what I think she meant about Raquel too.
I don't think so. No, I don't think that she'd lose her. What? I mean, Tom came out and hit Jax, Tom came out and hit Jax years ago. And nothing's been confirmed. I mean, we all saw him hit Jax with the whole Sheena situation. There's rumors that no, it didn't happen. Yes, it did. Blah blah blah. So, yeah.
Yes, except now Bravo seems to be in a different state where people are let go for things all the time.
It's true. Yeah. I don't know. I like being the voice of reason, but sometimes you just have to address certain things. That's where I stand at this point. As far as anybody else being let go, that's Bravo's prerogative if they want to do that.
Or being brought back. That Kristen, there's talks that
Kristen's been brought back. Yeah, Kristen's been brought back. I'm not here to consolidate anybody.
Yeah. You think that was a good move? You think that was good to bring her back?
To bring Kristen back?
Yeah.
Time will tell. I'm not sure. Time will tell. We'll see.
Has Kristen filmed yet? Anything, do you know? Or
I've heard rumors, but only from what I've seen on Instagram. She was caught doing this, that, and the third. So we'll see. I'm not, like I said, I don't really know.
Am I the only one?
I don't take a lot of insults sitting down. You know what I mean? This is the first time. This is the first time I've been insulted by one of the cast members on this show. I mean, I sided with Jackson Brittany when I found out that, for instance, Stassi disinvited a bunch of people and used a letter that looked like it was written by a fifth grader, and then come to find out that I was also BCC'd in that chain, in that email chain, disinviting me too. It's wait, okay, cool, sounds good. Well, I mean, we're not friends. That's great. I wasn't going to go anyway, but that's just fucking insulting, But good luck to you. Don't give a shit, I guess that was my journey down the dark side.
No, I mean, you have always seen both sides of it. You're right. I mean, you do keep a level head under most of these circumstances compared to your peers.
Yeah, it's true. I try to keep a level head as much as possible.
But right, being uninvited to Stassi's wedding, I guess, is bad enough.
But it wasn't just being uninvited. It was all instead of you don't have 5 minutes to call up 20 people, you just call them and say or text them, hey, are you planning on going? Because, it might be a little limited. No, it's fine. You're good. Instead, they wrote out this letter, put it on a postcard, a postcard thing, and then BCC'd everybody and literally said bye-bye. I don't know who would still be friends with someone like that, but I'm good. Thank you.
Have you spoken to Jax? Like, do you talk to Jax? Do you talk to Kristen? Do you know?
I recently talked to Kristen, but that was like last Wednesday. I haven't spoken to her since. I haven't spoken to Jax at all. Yeah, I'm not going to get into some of that stuff, but it seems like I'm just kind of like distancing myself from everybody, honestly.
Sometimes that's for the best, right?
Yeah, sometimes it is.
I mean, Stassi, for the most part, seems to have distanced herself from everybody too, more or less.
Oh no, she still
Maybe
brings
not
on.
Katie.
She still brings people on. She still brings. It's not really distancing yourself if you're still like hanging on to that. To that, you're not distancing yourself.
Does anyone else see the irony in the fact that Schwartz and Sandoval's life has each been blown up in terms of the relationship, and we have Jax, who's married, seemingly happy, has a beautiful child? Would you have predicted that?
No, I wouldn't have. I thought honestly, the ones that I thought that was going to last was Tom and Ariana. That's the one that I thought was like, oh, okay, that's the one. Again, I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know. So you think you know somebody and then you don't. So you don't.
Peter, Ariana's a fan favorite. You obviously know her personally. What is it about her that everybody is riding so hard for? She obviously must be a very good person.
She's a great person. She doesn't really like to get involved in the fray, in the sense of like she'll just like let things, you know what I mean? I don't know. She just like to flow. It's like she'll just roll her eyes like, oh God, okay, what the hell? You know what I mean? That type of person. She doesn't really like, she's not as over the top as, let's say, Jax or a James. You know what I mean? She's kind of like, oh, this is the situation. Oh God, really? And that's what a lot of people appreciate about her, I think.
How are Tom and Ariana going to film scenes next season together? I mean, yeah, they're doing this scene now, but I mean, like once this, a month, 3 months, we're going to be all on a TV show together. I mean, how do you get over this if you're Ariana? I mean, eventually you do. It's not like Tom is, but how do you film scenes? I mean, most people, you just don't speak to them at all. You do not see them for a year, 5 years. You might run into them, but now we have to go to work together for Vanderpump Rules, right?
Yeah.
How does that work?
I don't know how it's going to work. It'll be very interesting, to say the least.
Do you think, like when Sarah asked before about like whether Tom's a narcissist, do you think like Tom is enjoying this? Like you do see pictures, where he's posing, kind of smirking at paparazzi. I mean, do you think, yes, this is horrible what's happened to Ariana, and I don't know why he couldn't just leave, but like, do you think he's like secretly loving this attention?
I don't know his mind. I don't know.
And a lot of
that's an interesting assessment there, David. I have no idea.
I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe this is my jaded New Yorker side of humanity that comes out when I'm physically in New York. So maybe if I was recording this podcast when I was in LA, when I am in my LA presence, I'd be more, but I feel the same about, definitely have another shot, Peter. I think that's a good idea. I definitely think if I had a bottle right here, I would have a shot.
I know. How are we not drinking? But okay.
I think that's the thing. Same thing about Raquel. I mean, people are saying, is Raquel like a mastermind? First there was James and then you, and I mean, Schwartz. I mean, did she have a plan to just get
the homie hop?
Well, to be infamous and solidify her place on this show? And
yeah, that's one of the rumors out there, that she wanted to really get on the show, and she was adamant about it. So I've heard that rumor before. Like I said, with Tom, I'd have to, I don't know if he's like secretly enjoying all of this, but I don't know if they're they might later on. I don't know right now because it's so fresh in everyone's mind, and but we'll see. I mean, like, time will tell if time will tell if we find out that they are secretly enjoying it, because that will always come out.
I just have two more questions for you. One is, you're in the business, you're a manager, I mean, supposedly Yelp, for one of the first times ever, has shut down all reviews of Schwartz and Sandy's because they're inundated with 1-star reviews. How do you, from the business side of this, you think this is like good for business or bad? Tom put out that statement, please go to our businesses, like there are employees, there are people behind the scenes, you can hate me, but
here's the thing. And this is actually, it's a good thing you're bringing this up. And I like to talk about the business now. This is awesome. Okay. So as far as Yelp goes, I'm not the biggest fan of Yelp. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because in the early days of Vanderpump Rules, back, let's say season 3, 4, maybe, but definitely 2. We would have Yelp reviews from people that have never, like someone from Baltimore would be reviewing Sir. And it's like, and they would just put 1 star, I hate someone, Stassi, or I hate Jax. And it's like, wait, so what did you think of the food? You know what I mean? No, there weren't any reviews about the food or the service or the drinks or anything like that. We would just get bombarded with reviews, 1-star reviews about the cast. And it's like, that's what I don't like about Yelp. It's like, you can go and Yelp about somewhere that you've never been, especially with something with a place like Sir, which has like a big, we have a target on our backs. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's a fact. Like, we're in the mainstream, we're in the spotlight. And so when you have a review service that just like anybody can say anything about a place without even experiencing it, that's a problem to me. So as far as Yelping, like, don't Yelp a place just because you don't like them on television. Go and experience it, because I ran into that problem years ago, and that's why, like, Sir never. I got to look at the Yelp reviews now for Sir, but I mean, like, we got bombarded with a lot of those type of reviews of people that never actually went. That's why I like open table reviews, because the only way you can do an open table review is if you actually claim your reservation and then you write a review on it.
yeah.
That's why I don't Yelp anything anymore. I don't go to Yelp.
I never really focus on reviews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I want to go to a place and I see like some 1-star, 2-star, I'm like, okay, I'll stay away from there. But it won't be Yelp. I don't use it, So just because they're getting bombarded, I mean, like, I think that people should understand that most of these people have never even been there. So how would they know?
That's why I think Yelp even released a statement, like, it's come to our attention that these reviews are based on current events, and
Yeah, but they still have a problem, because I used to deal with that back in the day. You know what I mean? And I think I contacted Yelp once about it, and they couldn't do anything. It's like, well, a lot of these, I mean, like, at least over half of these reviews are people that have never experienced the restaurant. They've never been here. They're just like leaving a review from Miami, Florida.
Insane.
Okay. So,
and Yelp is old enough. Yeah, Yelp is old enough now, they could do something about it. I mean, they know that some of these restaurants are featured on television shows where, of course, drama is part of the deal.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And they're old enough, and they should be able to figure that out. But I don't know why they haven't yet. It's like, oh, review anything you want about any place, even if you've never been there before. I don't use Yelp at all.
There's got to be a better system to, like, because I mean, you think of all those.
Open Table is a great system. The only way you can review a place is if you make a reservation and you're there. Because if you never go, if you make a reservation and you don't go, and let's say they no-show you, because that's what we do. If there's no customers don't come through, you no-show them. You can't write. I don't think you can write a review about the place if you're no-showed. And then you lose points on Open Table. I think they have a great system. I love Open Table.
It's a good, I got a no-show once, like many years ago, and you get I mean, that was it. I got one and never again, because you get like a warning of like, if you do this again, you're off open table, and you're like, okay, this is not going to happen to me. Let's solve this. And
just cancel the reservation. Call them and cancel it. Don't no-show. Just call them, cancel the reservation, and it'll be fine. Or cancel on you just get on your phone, cancel it through the app. Either way, I think it's a much better system, because you actually have to experience the restaurant in order to review it. You know.
Do you think okay, go ahead, David.
No, you go ahead.
I this was my last question was, do you think there's a chance that Raquel and Tom are like really in love? Like they're really in love. This is the real deal.
I thought I knew Tom. I don't. So, like I thought that him and Ariana were really in love, and it was the real deal. So,
right, like because I
don't know. Time will tell, I guess. But then again, even if they're together with 9 years, he jumps to a different girl 9 years from now.
Would it shock you if they made
it? At this point, nope. Nothing shocks me anymore.
Because they've said that they're in love. That is
good. Good for them. Great. Awesome. Just great. Raquel, watch out, because in 9 years, he's probably going to leave you for someone else.
Well, yeah, especially if you are a true narcissist and you have that personality, you're never going to be happy. Like you will go for that adoration from someone else on the outside. That's just the textbook definition of it.
I think it's hilarious, honestly. And it's funny that you brought up narcissism, because now I'm like, oh, wow. I do recognize a few moments.
I just feel like Stassi's brought it up before. Jax has brought it up. Now everyone's saying it. You start to think, you're like, this does make sense the more you kind of observe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Schwartz is like, Schwartz has not said anything. It's his business partner. Do you think Schwartz is like, doesn't know what to do? The whole cast is rallying around Ariana. Is Schwartz in this strange?
I'd hate to be in his position right now. I'd hate to be in Schwartz's shoes. I love Schwartz, and I hate to be in his shoes right now. Yeah.
You should reach out to him and tell him.
Yeah, I probably will.
Because I'm sure he feels horrible for Ariana, and yet he's looking at his business partner like, I have to clean up this mess.
Yeah. Someone made a joke there, Ollie. They should change it from Schwartz and Zandy's to Schwartz and Maddie's.
Yeah, you never know.
Peter Madrigal, Schwartz and Maddie's.
Buy out that steak, and you guys could completely.
Maybe.
That's a restaurant that I would attend.
There you go.
Sarah and I will meet you there for a drink.
Yeah, we'll be the first ones there. 5-star review on Yelp. You can count on it, Peter.
All right. I love it. Love to hear it.
Anything else? What else? Anything else you want to cover?
Oh, no,
I'm sorry you had your own ups and downs with Raquel this season.
Yeah.
I'm good. I own it. You know what I mean? You're not going to call me a starter pony and get away with it. But then again, I'm going to take it and I'll run with it. Hashtag starter pony, because that's going to be great. Just like, like I said, just like with Dana, I was, I would remember kissing the pirate. Okay, cool. Awesome. That's not an insult, but great. Awesome. Looks like you have the memory of a goldfish.
What is your status? Are you dating anyone now?
Right now I'm dating around a little bit. Yeah. I was dating someone last year. She broke, I'm not going to bring up any names, but she broke it off and we had differences of opinion. So I was like, okay. Now I'm just kind of like figuring out my own business life. That's where all my concentration goes at this point,
That's a good way to be.
Yeah.
There's time, right?
I have to.
You have stuff going on outside of SUR, and like you said, I guess you don't want to be 50. I think people would like you to be their 50-year-old.
Yeah.
50 years old with a cane working there, but I sense that. Well, people come in and you are there. Peter is there.
I know,
for
Peter,
everyone listening.
This show just got 3 more seasons, so you could very well, yeah. You're very young, but you never know. This could go on and on.
Oh my God.
Like, I think people realize now when they come to Sir, like, okay, you're not going to see this one and that one. Peter, I can say, is there, guys.
Oh yeah. I'm like finding sand at the beach. When finding me at Sir is like finding sand at the beach.
Well, it also sounds like this is, I mean, it is good news for Sir. It sounds like, people are, right? I mean, you guys are slammed and, fans.
We're constantly slammed. We are like, it's crazy busy.
But more busy than usual because of the scandal?
No, it got really busy once the first episode dropped.
Gotcha.
We were busy after once that first week hit, and then after the first episode, we saw an uptick of about 100%.
Wow. So not really because of the scandal, just because it's back on.
Now the scandal is taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, Peter, you're like super busy.
Yeah.
Like reservations are way up after the scandal.
Yeah. Well, no, reservations were up after like 100%. So now I'm like, okay, so how much more are we getting because of the scandal? You know what I mean? And that'll be interesting. I mean, we get we have last night we had about 100. When I got there, it was 130 plus walk-ins. So we I don't even remember what the final number was, but it was a lot.
So, I mean, she has a heart, of course, but LVP has to be somewhat happy about that. I mean, this is a business. We went through COVID. I mean, this is a good thing, right? From a business point of view.
Yeah, the show coming back is a really good thing. Like I said, once the show came back on the air, it went up 100%. So I mean, on a Wednesday night, who has 150 reservations on a Wednesday night?
Yeah, that's enormous.
For a restaurant in, West Hollywood that's been open forever. Yeah, that's almost impossible. How many restaurants do we see come last for a flash in the pan and then go?
Sir has been around since 1998.
Oh my God, I love it. That's amazing. Amazing. So
well, I've been telling people this season, even before this season to me was back to form.
Yes, it was
back to. So, I mean, yes, this is something none of us expected, but this season was great even before this. It was like the olden days of VPR.
That's true. It was. It has been. Wow. It's great. So I love being.
Well, Peter, we'll be in to see you. So
I was just going to say, we'll have to go in, Sarah.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be hitting you up for sure.
Awesome.
Can't wait to see you.
Cool.